Later we are going to find the necessary and sufficient condition for monotonicity of functions. That is, we are going to find whether the given function is increasing or decreasing by the use of these derivatives, and we are going to also find the interval in which the given function is increasing or decreasing. And finally, we shall conclude this lecture based on applications of derivatives by discussing some numerical problems that would be based on the concepts that we are going to discuss in the coming segments of this lecture. And starting with a strictly increasing function, a function fx is said to be strictly increasing function on the interval ab if x1 is less than x2, which implies that fx1 is less than fx2 for all x1 x2 belonging to interval a b. Now in this given graph we have a curve which is defined as y equal to fx, and here x1 is less than x2, which implies that fx1 is less than fx2 for all x1 x2 belonging to interval a b. Graphically, fx is increasing on interval ab if the graph, which is y equal to fx, is moving upwards with the increasing values of x in the right direction. Next, we are going to consider a strictly decreasing function. A function fx is said to be a strictly decreasing function on interval ab if x1 is less than x2 and fx1 is greater than fx2 for all x1 x2 belonging to interval a b. Thus fx is strictly increasing on interval ab if the values of fx decrease with an increase in the values of x. Graphically, it means that fx is a decreasing function on interval a b if its graph moves down as x moves to the right. Thus, this graph represents a strictly decreasing function in the interval a b. Next, we are going to discuss the necessary and sufficient conditions for monotonicity of functions. In this section, we intend to see how we can use the derivative of a function to determine where it is increasing and where it is decreasing. For this, we have first theorem, where let fx be a continuous function on interval ab and differentiable on open interval ab. Now if fx is strictly increasing on interval ab, then the derivative of the function fx, which is represented as f dash x, is greater than 0 for all x belonging to interval ab. And if fx is strictly decreasing on interval ab, then the derivative of fx, which is f dash x, is less than 0 for all x belonging to interval a b. The second theorem states that let f be a differentiable real function defined on an open interval a b. Now if f dash x is greater than 0 for all x belonging to interval ab, then fx is increasing on interval ab, and if f dash x is less than 0 for all x belonging to interval ab, then fx is decreasing on interval a b. These are the two theorems that can be used to find out whether the given function is increasing or decreasing. Next, we are going to discuss the algorithm in order to find the interval in which a given function is increasing or decreasing. The first thing to be done is to obtain the function and to put it equal to fx. Next is to find the derivative of this function fx, which is equal to f dash x. Next is to put f dash x greater than 0 and solve this inequation. For the values of x obtained in step 2, fx is increasing, and for the remaining points in its domain it is decreasing. Next, we are going to discuss a problem that would be based on finding whether the given function is increasing or decreasing and to find the interval in which it is increasing or decreasing. We have a problem in which we are required to find the interval in which the given function fx, which is equal to x plus 1 whole cube into x minus 3 whole cube, is increasing or decreasing. Now in this question we have fx equal to x plus 1 whole cube into x minus 3 whole cube, and in order to solve this problem we need to evaluate the value of the derivative of this function fx, which is equal to f dash x and is equal to 3x plus 1 whole square into d by dx of x plus 1 into x minus 3 whole cube plus x plus 1 whole cube into 3 into x minus 3 whole square into d by dx of x minus 3. This implies that f dash x is equal to 3 into x plus 1 whole square into x minus 3 cube plus 3 into x plus 1 cube into x minus 3 square, which implies that the derivative of fx, which is equal to f dash x, is equal to 3 into x plus 1 square into x minus 3 square into x plus 1 plus x minus 3. This can be further simplified as 6 into x plus 1 square into x minus 3 whole square into x minus 1. Now for fx to be increasing, we must have the derivative of fx, which is f dash x, greater than 0. Thus 6 into x plus 1 whole square into x minus 3 whole square into x minus 1 greater than 0. This implies that x minus 1 is greater than 0, which further implies that x is greater than 1 for interval x belonging to 1 to infinity. So fx is increasing on interval 1 to infinity. For fx to be decreasing, we must have f dash x less than 0, which implies that 6 into x plus 1 whole square into x minus 3 whole square into x minus 1 is less than 0, which implies that x minus 1 is less than 0, which means that x is less than 1 and thus x belongs to interval minus infinity to 1. So fx is decreasing on interval minus infinity to 1. Thus, with the help of the derivatives, we have found whether the given function is increasing or decreasing and what is the interval in which it is increasing or decreasing. With this, we conclude another lecture based on applications of derivatives that included the usage of derivatives in order to find whether the given function is increasing or decreasing.